So in this first C++ tutorial, the run through of what I will be attempting to teach you will be how to create the file that you will use to create your program. I will also be teaching you very quickly about the libraries that we'll use, the libraries that are built into C++. I'll be teaching you. All right, and we'll create a basic program which will basically just output text to the screen. So the thing that you'll need is this program that we are in, which is called an IDE, which stands for Integrated Development Environment. This one is called Qt Creator, but there are much more out there, such as Eclipse. Eclipse is a good one, um, and others. There's a bunch of them. They even have online ones because these programs take up a bit of space. So if you don't want to download all of that, you could just try it online if you want. So and this is the one they make us use for our school. So this is why I'm using this one. So to create your first file, you come to a new project, you select application and select console application right here, and then choose. And now we can name our file. Um, you can name it whatever you want, but you name it something sensible, right? So we will be naming this one first C. Oh, can't use space. First C plus. What? Alright, first program then. And here you can select where your program is saved. Save it in documents. You can save it anywhere you want though. And next, then just click next again. And here you will select Minji, this one here. As long as it has a Minji, you just select this 64-bit or 32-bit if you have a 32-bit system. And then next and next again. And boom, you have created the file that you will be coding in. Whenever you make one, it gives you this. I don't know what's that for really, so you just delete that. And the first thing you have to include in every C++ program is you just type this include, and in IDEs like this, it's nice like it predefines what you think you want. So shortcuts. So include to in will C++ has programs that are pre-made for you so that you don't that so that the code isn't as complicated. Like it makes it easier for you to code. So we have libraries. The main one that every single C++ program uses is called IOStream. So you just hashtag include and these angled brackets selected in here and you just type IOStream. And next we need to include 3 other libraries that we'll be using in this. Or we'll just use 2 for now. So they have this shortcut that includes just a bunch of libraries for you. So to do that, you would use using namespace std. And every statement, except for the ones like above, you end that statement with a semicolon. But using this isn't proper programming etiquette. So to do this, the proper way to do it is to select the exact libraries that you need. So for this one, we'll be using the cout, which is spelled cout like that, cout, which basically outputs information to the console or to the user. So to include that library, the syntax is using the same way like that, std, which is short for sexually transmitted disease. I know that's what you were thinking. And cout at the end. And you end that as well with a semicolon. And we'll be using the next one, which is called std. It's the same way how you did the one above, you just at the end for the actual name is different. The next one we'll be using is endl, which is short for end line. ENDL basically goes skips you down to the next line. So if you were to output something like this, when you put as NENDL, it will go down like that and take you to the next line. So we have been this far already. Now we need to create the main function, or function main, which is where the main function is where your program starts and ends. So and it's a predefined function in C++, so you can't mess it up. And it will to create a function needs two things basically: the type of function and the name of the function. We'll get into types like that. Okay, so quickly we have int, which is short for integer. We also have string, which is for text like characters, stuff like that. We have double as well, which is for um like decimal or fractional numbers. But for now, we'll be just using int. The main usually uses int. I haven't seen reached any cases where you have to use a different variable. But for now, we'll be using int. And so int main. So this is the type, the return type, and this is just the name of the function, which is main, which is also predefined. So, and to make it a function, whenever you see these two brackets like that, that means it's a function. So that your name and this declares it as a function. And now to make the body of your function, you start that off as you use these curly braces here. Now in here is where the body, is where you'll actually, the code for the function will go. So in every C++ tutorial, the first thing they'll teach you is how to output text to the screen. Type in hello world. So we'll do that really quick for that. So remember this cout I told you about? I told you this outputs text to the screen. So the syntax to actually do that would be to cout, just type cout, then you type these angle brackets facing to the right, like that way. I don't know which is greater than understand, but it's going that way. Just remember that. This is for couting. Cout and the two angle brackets facing this way. And to cout text, all you have to do is open up two quotation marks like that and type whatever. You could type whatever you want in here. For now, we'll be typing hello world. And you end that off with a semicolon. So now we come down here. This is the run button that actually runs the program. It compiles it first for you, then it runs it. So if we run this, just save all. And now hello world gets printed out up here. You see how this press thing, you see how that it ends up right beside it, no space or anything. This is where endline comes in handy now. So let's return to our code, and now we can cout, like put the next angle brackets. You can cout multiple things in one line of code. So here we will now type ENDL, which it means to go to the next line. So now if we run it, that error, it didn't look neat, like as it didn't look properly formatted. So if you come to the console, you see that press thing is now down here. So that's how you cout stuff. So we'll cout some more stuff. Cout I love your aunt, and close that off. And we could put an next ENDL there for it to look proper. ENDL. So if you run it, hello world gets printed, and I love your aunt as well. So what else can I teach you? You could use multiple. Oh, you could use multiple ENDLs, and there's also a next way of skipping a line without using ENDL. So to do that, this only works if you're counting text like this. If you have text, so you could come and press this slash, not the slash that's beside this shift, the slash that's above, I mean below the backspace button. So that slash and just N. So just this right here will skip you a line. So since we have this and this ENDL here, this means that we'll skip 2 lines now. So 2 spaces should be between hello world and I love your aunt. So if you run it, let's see what happens here. Hello world, 2 spaces it skipped. It went down from here to here and then to here. So that's 2. Hello world and I love your aunt. So that is it. I think I'll call it here for this video, for this first tutorial, because I don't want to make the videos too long. So in the next video, I think I'll be showing you also in, which is like the opposite of out, which in basically means so that the user could input information into the program. And we'll do that in the next one. So yeah, watch the next one too.